Hello. So, you may have noticed that my books behind me are very sort of bland looking. They're all in just kind of monotones. There doesn't appear to be any sort of order to them. There's a couple of series I have put in order, but generally none of this is looking to be in order. And then if I take you over here, you'll see where I actually kind of rainbow-fied a bunch of my shelves back in Pride Month. Basically, I just moved house. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my bookshelves, so I just decided that just for the time, because it was Pride Month, I'd just do something aesthetic. I wanted to try out rainbow shelves, even though ultimately I know it's not really for me because I just can't find anything. So I did the rainbow shelves. I have my shelves here, which are basically like all my TBR books, which kind of carries on the bottom here. And then all the colours that didn't kind of really fit into rainbow, I put here. So at the top, we've kind of got the whites going into the greys and then into the blacks. So that was kind of how I've done it, and it's been fine because I've also mostly just been reading from my TBR and from the library, so I've not needed to really reach for books that often. But I'm at the point now where I really do want to organise this little library into something that is workable again. So I was in between a couple of different ways to do this. So what I generally used to do was do it by author alphabetical, because I like having all the books in a series by the same author together, so it's easy to find. So I'm in between doing that or doing it by like a genre kind of thing, because I did, when I very first moved in, do that on a couple of shelves. I kind of had a horror section, but the issue is with that is that I predominantly have fantasy. So basically it ends up just being like half of the library is all just the fantasy genre, and then I have a couple of other different genres outside of that. So if my tastes were more diverse, then maybe that would be good. I really like Jessie, the YouTuber. They did a whole thing where they kind of did it by vibes. So it's almost like subgenres, I suppose, and it's just kind of like things in the mood of a certain thing. If you're in the mood for like some creepy school stuff, or you specifically want to have a look at monster books, that kind of thing. And I like this idea, but again, I don't know if it's going to work for me, so I might do that in the future. But in the meantime, I think I'm probably just going to go with my sort of alphabetical author thing, and I'll get on with the reorganisation now. And I guess you'll see what it looks like at the end. This is an area of my room that you probably don't see. Excuse all this mess here, it's just a bunch of stuff that is too tall to go anywhere else. But basically, I have this area of the other end of my room, which at the moment is like, I have all my video games here. And down here is a cube shelves that originally in the old house I did have all my manga in, and then I ended up getting this bigger one which is at the bottom of my bed, and I ended up putting all my manga in here and all of like my D&D prep stuff. But as you can see, there's so much manga that it doesn't fit really. It's also kind of in there as well, but I'm really finding that having it here, like this area is very narrow, it's quite dark. I can't see my manga at all, and it's actually annoying me a bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is move them back into here for now, because at the moment this looks very messy, but it's actually just a bunch of my graphic novels, and then in here is a whole bunch of consoles and some cards and just a bunch of random paraphernalia that's related to like gaming and stuff and whatever else they couldn't fit in other spaces in here. And this area is a lot easier for me to see and get to. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of the manga back out of here into this again. So, and then this area, which honestly is better because this is like my entertainment area, I guess. Like you can see I've got like my PS3 here, my Switch, my TV, so it actually makes more sense to have all the consoles in here as well for easy access. So I'm probably going to keep the D&D stuff there because that is reasonably accessible for me, and it will take up too much space. So I wasn't planning on like sorting some of my bookshelves out just yet, but this is really annoying me. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move all the consoles and stuff out of here, move them into here, and swap the manga back over again. I don't necessarily know how it's all gonna fit. I mean, at the moment, it's only these two shelves here that are manga, because I just have so much, like, D&D stuff, and there's art books in there as well. You can just about see I've got, like, a Castlevania art book and some anime stuff. And they are slightly bigger than this, but I did manage to get a lot of my manga in here before, so I think that's what I'm going to do. And then once I figure out how much manga doesn't fit into that, I'll figure out where I'm going to display the rest of it. Maybe I'll get some shelving or something. So yeah, that's my plan. Okay, so we have a clean and cleaned out set of drawers. So now I've just got to move all the manga from over there into there. So here we go. Got these little glass shelf things that I've just sellotaped together. Slowly getting all of the Black Butler series. I'm at volume 16 at the moment. Another series that I'm trying to get for at the moment is the Grey Man manga. I am currently at volume 23. And another series that I love called Demon Diary. I have the whole 7 books for this one. Okay, so this is the final look. I didn't manage to get all my manga in here, but I managed to get most in here. I got up to T. So I have some like big series that just don't quite fit in there right at the end. Tsubasa mostly. This one needs to go back over the other T's. But yeah, like I like that you can at least kind of see what's going on behind, because I do need to double layer here for space. And I ran out of the shelving, unfortunately, down here, as you could see. So unfortunately you can't see the bottom layer, but once I get some more shelving, that will solve the issue. I'm pretty happy with my little manga cube. Hopefully I'll get something else so that I can finish putting the rest of the manga into something, so they're not just kind of wherever I can fit them, but progress has been made. Okay, so it's been a good month or so since I last recorded that, and it is January, and I am finally ready to start tackling the reshelving. So what I think I'm going to do first, something you didn't actually see that I did do, I'd resorted my manga out, and I put the manga that didn't fit anymore at the top here, along with some graphic novels I have, so that is where my excess manga goes at the moment. But onto the actual books, at the moment it's just kind of messy. So I think what I'm gonna do, I have this big bookcase here, I have a smaller bookcase here, and then I have another bookcase here which isn't anywhere near as big as the one over there. So I think what I want to do, because it'll make it easier for me to pick books out each month, is I'm going to turn this smaller bookcase into my TBR bookcase. I might not be able to fit all the books on there, but I think I'll be able to fit most of them on there, whereas at the moment it's all kind of in this small one, it's mixed up in the bottom of the shelves here. I'm still going to use my TBR trolley, but I'm going to be able to actually use the TBR trolley for be able to organise it a little bit better and actually categorise what's on there. So what I'm going to do, I think, to start then, is I'm going to take all the books off here and I'm going to replace them with my TBR books. And I'm going to categorise the TBR books, ideally, to make it easier for when I'm looking for books each month. hopefully I think I'm going to do it by genre. And then with my trolley, I'm going to keep that as what I'm going to put like my priority books for the year. So I'm going to put my remaining 12 books from my 12 recommendations from friends. I'm going to put my 12 oldest books that I'm reading one a month. And I'm probably also going to use it to put whatever books I'm going to be reading next month, store them on that, and then I know where they are. So that is the plan. Commence the reshelving. Okay, so cleared that whole bookcase. Ignore that we just got some random stuff on the top. I'll probably just use that as like extra space if I need it, but I have put all my other books in here. They don't all quite fit, so that definitely means that I'm going to have some of my actual read books on here as well, but I'm going to put the TBR books on there for now at least and see where we're at. So my TBR, I've got this pile here, and all of these on the bed, and my TBR trolley. This is books for next month, but so those ones don't have to go on at least. But yeah, let's put them on. Okay, so here we go. This is now the new TBR bookcase. You know, I kind of love it. I like being able to like see all of the books that I have to choose to read from for the following month. So I'm really happy I did this. This isn't all of them, as you can see. We've got some overflow here that didn't all quite fit in, but I do have my TBR trolley too, which is going to be for next month's books, but I managed to put it into genres. So at the top here we've got horror and sci-fi because those are my priority genres for this year. Fantasy is overflowed, but this is all like epic fantasy here, and then going down into urban fantasy down to here. Then we've got some light novels, the manga is just kind of at the top here, and into contemporary, historical and non-fiction. So yeah, that is what it currently looks like, and now I can start working on the actual books. Okay, so here is the final look. Decided to put all my candles in one place. I've got a little Anne Rice section here, just happened to be how it went, so I put my Dracula jigsaw there. And yeah, this is the final look. I'm not completely happy in how it all turned out. I did it all by alphabetical order in the end, but there's this annoying thing where like there's gaps and stuff because it doesn't quite fit right. So I'm going to keep it like this for a bit because I want it to be this way to find things. But I think I may end up changing it around to be like genres or something in the future, just so I can like organise it a bit better to sit nicely on the shelves. It's the only thing with like these small cube shelvings is that it does make it like a bit awkward to like have a whole bunch in one line because of these dividers. So yeah, I still like it. It's definitely a lot better. I'm just about managed to fit all of my books, so they just about end there. And then this whole bookshelf here is all of my to be read, and obviously my TBR cart there. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. You can see it all there, pretty much. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll probably end up changing it again in the future, but otherwise, for now, it's definitely livable.